I should go outside. What are the people doing? It is a lovely day. I am unsuspended on TikTok. They never tell you specifically why they suspend you. They just do it and leave you to deal with it. Leave you guys hanging in the dust. I don't appreciate that. But it is what it is. So, as always, so much has been going on. Hit myself right in the nose. What's up, you guys? Hopefully you're having a fabulous Friday. I'm sitting here contemplating a trip to the liquor store. If you cash at me, I'll take you guys with me to the liquor store. And we'll take a look at the liquor. Cash app is Lund Kelly. Help a brother out. It's a beautiful Friday, and I am up north. I'm in Buffalo, New York. And if you've been watching the news, you know how the weather's been in Buffalo. How it has been this winter season. Live, thank you, baby. This winter season, and now we're finally, at the very least, we in the swing of spring. And today is probably the best day we've had since last year. So I should get outside, but I have to get adjusted to whatever. Either way. Like I said, I was suspended. Y'all know they suspended me last time I was on live, just talking about Monique's show and other things that was going on. We could touch on the Monique. On the Backs of Blacks, you know what I say. Monique suing Universal or something like that about the Parkers. I just don't know what her moves are. And I don't want to get into it. I do actually really want to. I just don't want to get suspended. Because I'm going to get real. Yes. And get some wind in this thing, huh? I think it's ridiculous after her doing all of this stuff and finally getting in a good place, I guess, back on our screens or what have you. And now this thing with her suing people about the Parkers.
My case is worth over $1 million more. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call us. You might be surprised. My case was
Ain't the Parkers on Netflix?
What's your case really worth? Call now and find out.
Didn't you just release a show on Netflix? I just don't get it. And I just don't get it. Hopefully, it would make sense. It would be in her best interest to get paid from this thing and not just be claiming stuff, talking out her butt, or even making headlines with this dumb shit. And nothing comes of it. Because it's like, girl, you just keep crying. Wolf. Happy Friday, Natasha. Hey. Royalties. It's like it's been too long. The Parker's been on Netflix. Hey, Betty Joe, thank you, welcome. Hey. I said if y'all cash at me, I'll go to the liquor store and we'll have some drinks. Netflix been had the Parkers on there for years. All that time you ain't been getting no royalties. I just don't get it. You just dropped the show. People still do it. Some people love it. Some people confused by it, like we were watching the special, the special, the monologue, the comedic monologue. I don't even want to say that. And then a week after you drop that on there, now you're talking about you need more money because of royalties and stuff. I'm watching 911. That's another reason why I'm not outside, because I'm watching TV. Y'all watch 911? Either way, just sick of it. I just don't know. She keep crying wolf, crying about money, crying about work, crying about this, crying about injustice, crying about these things. Not when it's happening. It comes out afterwards. And I just don't know. I don't know what she's going after. I don't know what Sydney got her up to. I don't know what the intention is but we'll see. Something to really go in about. That's why I need to prop this thing up, because I might need to go in. Something to really go in about is that Shanquella Robinson and how she wasn't, her spinal cord wasn't broken, and that she was, that it was intact, and that the reports down in Mexico were false, and yes, I made a major way right to the thing. It's me, not you. How many pages you got? That was just, that kind of took me by surprise, and I thought that they said it was broken. Snap, she couldn't move. That had the Mexican female doctor, when she came, she couldn't do anything because, well, see now you know. Now that makes sense. That makes sense that her spinal cord wasn't broken. See, sometimes you just got to think things out, right? Talk things out. That makes sense that her spinal cord wasn't broken. So, because when that doctor came and she didn't disregard what her friends were saying and left her there because she wasn't in that bad of a position. Because, God forbid, her spinal cord was broken. And the doctor that came to the resort said, oh, girl, your friends don't want me to take you. You're fine. Not with a broken, so, no, that makes sense. But like I said, when I was eating my food, and I learned about this the first time, we are never going to get the full story. And the more details we get, they're going to continue to contradict the details that we had before. Can y'all hear me good? They're going to contradict the details that we had before. They're going to keep changing. It's ever evolving. The fact that they're not charging anybody. Why? Because their spinal cord wasn't broken. And that happened in two different days. That all didn't happen in the same day. And now we're months later because I haven't been live in months. This was last year when we talked about this. And now we're talking about who's getting convicted. Now we're talking about her damn spinal cord not being broken. It's too late. It's too late. I don't care. Especially when the other people, now the cartel blacks that was down. See, this is how I get suspended. I got to find another platform because I can't be censored. But the cartel blacks that was released by the cartel, but they was brother and sister, so the cartel wanted to watch them have sex. What do that got to do with the price in Paris? Okay? Or the price down in the cartel. But, I mean, really. Thank you so much, Rashana. I mean, really. They're all, like, that's not, you were with cartel people. My thought would be, they would be sitting with the FBI, sketching some things. Who were you with? What were the names? What location landmarks? Completely would have left that out the story, because what does that do anybody? They wanted us to. I'm like, who? Oh, Natasha, thank you. Who cares about that? Y'all are safe. I wouldn't even want to talk about it. But again, on the backs of blacks, these things are thrown out as distractions. The fact that they're coming out with these details, and the fact that the Shanquella Robinson thing is, it's like, that's no coincidence that all this information is coming at the same time. My voice, thank you for the share. It's quite ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous, and I'm exhausted by it. I'm exhausted by the fact that they put out this information and they expect us to latch onto it and absorb it and allow it to affect us, because you're either affected by it or you don't care. Not caring is probably the best possible move in it, because it's more emotionally secure. It's more emotionally sound to not invest in this frivolous information. Shanquella is dead. They're not doing nothing. I don't know if her parents is doing anything. The people got released by the cartel. Papa77, yep, thank you for the share. The people got released by the cartel. They're fine. On the news, fine. I don't even understand why. Come on, stickers. I don't even understand why they would why even one day, user one day. That's why I do this thing. But why do we continue to focus on the unnecessary? Why are we focusing on the unnecessary? Now I need my other phone so I can go through. I just jumped on here. Maybe I could use a little of this. I wanted to use that last live. That was a good live we was on last night, on that last time when I got suspended. And now I can't even use it because they suspended me. Cartel is Catholic and they take Mary serious. Now don't even get me started on the cartel being Catholic, because my problem with the Catholic Church, it ain't something going on with the Pope was just sick or something like that. One Pope just died. I think this Pope is going through something. A lot of things is falling in line, or a lot of things is kind of like lining up. Something else I noticed too is that there's a lot of 15-year anniversaries. The number 25 is a quarter, 15 is a quarter century, a quarter time, a quarter this, a quarter that. All these things. Also, lots of fives and shit like that. The numbers, we always got to touch on the numbers because there's always something to touch on in the numbers. Shout out to you guys, specifically you, for the likes. You guys do it every time. Thank you so much. And the shares. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. You know what I realized yesterday? I realized this morning as I was on the toilet. Y'all know how I do on the toilet. I'm going to go Giselle. No. Don't get me started on Giselle. Neck, ankles, thighs, and feet. Garcelle. I think I want to do Garcelle. Is that Auburn red? I want to do that. So maybe I'll do that for my birthday. My birthday is in June. Andrea Alexander. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, all of these things are going on. It's just a lot. And I will not be before y'all long. I just want to jump in and talk about a few things. But sometimes we get carried away. I do not want to get suspended though. I just got back today. I'm a Gemini, June 14th. And but something else. Three things. One, that Millie Bobby Brown. We all over the place. But jump down in the comments if you want to steer me in one direction. We all over the place. That Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, shout out to the Gemini. That Millie Bobby Brown, young as a thumb, engaged to be married to this man. This great successful career from Stranger Things and everything like that. Like she's not even old enough to drink or whatever, but she is engaged, no kids. Engaged to be married to this white man, something kid, whatever. What's interesting about that is that we have people like Rihanna and Keke Palmer and Blueface and Krishan and these black young girls. Thank you, JCM. These black young girls get knocked the fuck up with these men. My problem is not with the men. My problem is not with the women. My problem is with the narrative. Black, young, successful women get with these men, black, young, successful men, you know what I'm saying, in their own rights or whatever, and there's no commitment. And what I'm saying, again, it's the narrative. My problem is not, you don't need to be married to have kids. You don't need to do nothing to do nothing. But when you look at the news, and you see Keke Palmer pregnant by the man that took her phone and wouldn't let her do it, and whatever the case would be, and now they're doing whatever the things. And there's all this confusion around the thing. Meanwhile, you got this little young white girl who just rolls up out of stardom and then in this whirlwind of a relationship, and now she want to get... I mean, it just don't, for me, don't translate well. It don't translate well. Why is it that she can find someone that wants to marry her, Millie Bobby Brown? And meanwhile, Keke Palmer, who been in the game, not shucking and jiving, because that's not what I'm saying, but she been in the game processing and moving and dealing with people, women and men, in a romantic sense, that she can't find someone, thank you for the share, that she can't find someone to engage her. Rihanna too. And Nicki Minaj... Did she have that baby before she got married? Beyonce and Jay-Z, they just celebrated 15 years this April 4th. Blue turned 11 this year. That means she turned in 2022. In 2012, what's 15 minus 2023? 18 something? So they got married after she was born. I'm just trying to figure that out. My focus was I was just confused by the Millie Bobby Brown thing. Natasha, that Jamie Foxx thing, because what I did was sat up erect out my bed and said, I don't think I can handle Jamie Foxx dying. And my grandmother on Facebook, she's a church saved, whatever. She said these things, on Facebook, they always throwing something up, and then the Jamie Foxx thing, which they're kind of blowing out of proportion because it's really just the daughter, Corinne. She posted something, but again, he's got these shows coming out, right? But so there's that. But like I said, I stood up because I saw it first, and I got up erect. I was like, I don't think I can handle Jamie Foxx dying. Like, that would be worse than Kobe Bryant for me. And then my grandmother, she said, Jamie Foxx, we are praying for your complete healing. For his complete healing, and we are. We are praying. Sylvia, welcome, honey. Thank you. Distraught. I would be beside myself. I would be Bernie Mac, Joan Rivers, beside myself. Because those two people really got me. Maybe some others. But that was for his complete healing, right? That I just wouldn't even be able to comprehend that. That wouldn't get it. But like I said, he's got these movies coming out and the shows, whatever. He's got the movie coming out with Cameron Diaz. Have his daughter, and like I told you guys too, these are the people. This is Riley and all of them. This is a generation, offering them up and get them involved in a thing. Because I don't need the daughter to say something, and that's why you have representatives, so that you don't have any direct words from the family, so that the family is in private. You know what I'm saying? So that's all strange. But it came out of nowhere. And then right after that, Jamie Foxx is recovering or whatever the case would be. I couldn't tell you what I think it was, whether it was an overdose, whether he was in a car accident, whether he had a stroke, whether his tattoo went too deep. I don't know. But I don't even want to entertain that unless it's something going on, unless it's something really happening. Because where is Richard Simmons? And I say that because shortly after that Jamie Foxx thing dropped, they talk about they can't find Drake and Josh or whatever. Who the hell cares about Drake and Josh? I don't know. My mother is an OKC fan, if you can't tell. I'm sitting in her chair. Drake and Josh. Who cares? Who was looking for? Who was checking for Drake and Josh? Where is Rishad, right? Cameron said she's done making movies after the meltdown happened on the subway. Well, she said she was done making movies, and then Jamie was the one to bring her into the thing. And that's the thing too about being in the industry, shucking and jiving. Jamie Foxx been shucking and jiving a long time. You know what I'm saying? And Cameron tried to take her away. It's just like the mafia. It's just like the dark side of business. You could take a break, but you ain't gonna be out too long. Only out by the blood, and that's just the way it goes. So they found her. She found herself back in a situation like this. I'm watching 911. This is the episode where they went into the pier. Look at him, electrocuted just that fast. Where the tsunami at the pier. Y'all remember that? But yeah, that would have overwhelmed me, and because I'm so analytical, let's say. Analytical. I didn't think that it was something. Once I seen that it was the daughter had said something. Now, if it was some type of report, whatever, or something like that, then I might be just like, I don't know why she would be the one to say that. Representative for the family, Jamie Foxx is fine. Or if there had been a report, as far as I know, there was just the Jamie Foxx thing from his daughter. That was the thing. It wasn't like, TMZ, Baller Alert, Hollywood Unlocked. Was just like you know, we got video of Jamie Foxx going to the hotel in the hospital. He's going through this, or he was there, collapse on the thing. I didn't see any of that. All I saw was that his daughter, you know, the statement from his daughter. So there was nothing for me nothing to get on my radar or even be worried about from what his daughter had said, because I had no idea what the hell was going on. So you know, it's all of that. And I'm not gonna say it's all of that, but there's that. They said Timothy Chalamet. And this is the thing about them pushing news on us that you know is not true. Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. Threats of it leaking, so she posted to get ahead of it. The problem with that is that what is to be leaked? Because when Nikki Tutorials was talking about, oh, I need to get ahead of this certain thing because somebody's going to come out and leak my story. Yes, somebody is going to come out and leak that I am transsexual and I have not told the people. That would be a leak. That's what I come out and get ahead of. Him being in a medical situation is a very American thing. You know what I mean? And need to go to the hospital, whatever the case may be. Getting ahead of the situation means it would be more details. There were no details. She asked for privacy. Thanks for the compassion and the love and support. We asked for privacy. Listen, TikTok, don't filter. Because I don't need the community experiences protected. You know, we raw and uncut over here. Okay? But yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that. If there was really something, the daughter would not have been the one to say it. And if there was really something, we would know by now because Jamie Foxx is A-list. Jamie Foxx is up there. And when people come through the hospital and when people come through the ambulance or people go through police stations and things like that, that's where TMZ got their spies and that's where the information comes from because that's real-time shit. This thing, they just trying to get somebody to watch something. Like same thing I told y'all about before I got suspended the last time. Same thing with Candy and Tamar, trying to push a show and push a single. So what do? Stir up a little drama. Get people talking and speculating. You like this? LV, LXD? In my opinion, everybody dabbles in a little snow, little Tina. Everybody do. You got it because you got long days, you know? You like this? They got long days. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hassle, a lot of stress, you know? So everybody needs a little pick me up, a little keep me going, you know. So I don't, you know, and then you figure out your regimen, whatever the case may be. My thing with that is that it's so common that I just don't see people. You know, Whitney Houston, somebody who did the things. You know what I'm saying? She knew what she wanted. You know how to get right, and because you can get right. There's no need to be excessive in getting right because it's right here. I got a thing full of it. I got my guy here. He got some. I got the people on speed. So there's no need. And this could sound, I don't know, whatever word, but I don't need to do multiple lines because now I'm just keeping up because now if she was, well, Whoopi kind of was broke. Well, not Whoopi, Whitney, kind of was broke, but not to that point. But now, money's the trouble, my career is a question. Now I'm doing things, and that's another reason too. A lot of people die like that too. Jimi Hendrix was on drugs. The same thing with Amy Winehouse. It kind of is like the scapegoat, kind of like the safe answer or the safe reason or cause of death for some people sometimes. But let me tell you, I would like to say this, but I don't know nothing because I'm not in nobody's West Coast, and I'm in nobody's circle. But I feel as though if Jamie Foxx were to die on Tina Molly, whatever you want to call the stuff, that they would flip that story because that just would not be the image. I don't think that that compares to the feelings that we have saying that we would be devastated by Jamie Foxx dying. You know what I'm saying? Because there's never been reports of him out on the drugs and doing the things like this. And that's the thing now, Prince keeping his addiction a secret. Prince keeping his addiction a secret. And this is all I'll say about this, because I didn't, Jehovah's Witness, no drugs, no this, no that. That is what was said. That is how Wendy Williams described him. And then, like I said, that for people to die of, you know, the drugs is kind of like an easy way to get, you know what I'm saying? It's just an easy thing. Drugs, heart attacks, cancer, boom. There's no explanation. People say, oh my God, yeah, I know how that, oh my goodness, yeah, that sounds right. Oh yeah, well, I always expected, you know, so that's just an easy blow over. Nobody asks any questions. Nobody asks any fucking questions. Speaking of things blown over and nobody asks any fucking questions, Lance Reddick. Now, what is I have to question everything. We question everything over here. But Lance Reddick, his own family came out and said the cause of death that they said is not accurate. No one did an autopsy. Side note, speaking of Kiki, did you see somebody else came forward about Trey Songz? I didn't see somebody else came out about Trey Songz. Let me tell you this. I don't know how I feel. I could make sense of that. Let me try to make sense of that. Keke Palmer, Trey Songz THANGZ. The memo comes out and says we're flipping Trey Songz, we're flipping all these young R&B guys, we're flipping all these young black guys. Trey Songz, Tory Lanez, DaBaby, we're doing something with them. Chris Shaw, we're doing something with them. We're switching the narrative. We're doing the whole thing. What we need is somebody credible and loved by the people to come through and support one of these claims. Keke, this is what we need from you, and in turn, here are the things you'll get in this. And then Keke just kind of jumped on the background, and this is just what it is. Trey Songz don't have no problem, no resistance, no hesitation, no issue with getting some snatch, getting a little sausage, getting the things that he want to get to make him feel the way he want to feel, outside of going out of his way to get one of, you know, at least for my generation, you know, one of the top girls of our generation, his generation too. We all in the same damn age group. To make her go, you know what I'm saying? To do that, like that storyline, like that just does not work for me. And that's just how I feel about that. So anybody coming out and saying that, what makes you think Trey Songz need to force anybody? Do Trey Songz got to force any of us in this room to do anything for him? Press 1 if he do. Press 2 if he don't. Barry Terry, thank you for the sherry. Who's that? Hold on. My niece is here. Don't have to force nobody to do nothing. What did I say? 1 if he do, 2 if he don't, 2. 2 if he don't. So, we got to get Keke Palmer. Oh, I don't do this. Nobody else is going to come out and say anything, because if anything, everybody's under non-disclosures. Like I told you, they do the things. But I'm going to do it against Keke Palmer, even though she in this relationship with this man and all this career and the things, and the things and the things, and the things and the things. Like what you said. It only takes one. But it needs to make sense. And that don't make no sense. And that's the thing too. Liking women. And that's out of her mouth. That's out of her mouth. And that's something they would know. That's something Trey Songz would know. Oh, I'm not going to do it with Keke. In fact, I'm going to link Keke with one of the girls that... that I know my girl like. Because if Orlando Brown was talking about how much he loved Keke Palmer, Trey Songz got to love Keke Palmer just as much. It's just the same. Huh? Your tooth is still there. Hold on. But what are you cussing about?
This hot oven being on.
Maybe I should put the people on, what you call it? Hold on. $6.50. Y'all, give me a reminder when it's 10 minutes. Give me a 10-minute reminder. Trey is closeted. That's why you're so abusive to women. I think there's a story there. There's a narrative there in closeted men being aggressive towards women emotionally, physically, and things like that. I mean that makes sense because they're confused and people find themselves in positions and stuff like that and don't know how to act. But as far as like doing that to Keke Palmer, because there's no agreement. Keke Palmer's not signing a non-disclosure for her to not talk about what he did to her at a party that people were at. That's not happening. So why would you risk that? Same thing I told y'all before about what Kevin Hart. Why would you risk your new relationship with Aniko and then go find some hoe or whatever and go do that and do whatever you did, risk everything with her? When it's a bunch of bitches that sign non-disclosures to even be welcome to the party. It's a bunch of bitches that sign non-disclosures that you can do these things too, and they can't talk about it. So why would you go after Keke Palmer? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Everybody driving Equinoxes, but so there's that with that. Keke, we brought back Keke because of the damn Trey Songz thing, but Millie Bobby Brown getting married at 12. Meanwhile, Keke, ain't nobody put a ring on Keke's finger. Ain't nobody put a ring on Rihanna's finger. It's just the story, the narrative. That's what I got a problem with. And it continues to be fueled. I was going somewhere else. I was about to say something. I was about to talk about something else. It was Keke, Millie Bobby. I need to get my other phone. I need to get my other phone with the other T on it. But yeah, I just don't know. I got distracted. I switched positions, locations, and got sidetracked. My mother's cussing because the oven is on. I know it is hot, but I'm about to eat some. I made some nachos, so I'm gonna have some more nachos. And I agree with everybody. Don't want to be married. Everybody don't want to have kids. Everybody, and that's that's why I say I'm not saying that because that's a standard or that's what it's got to be. But my thing is the narrative, and for me the narrative is that these young white girls can get into these romantically induced relationships and do things by the book and get engaged at young ages with these successful men, and these black girls just get knocked up and left to deal with by themselves. That's the narrative. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for saying. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the love. And that's just all. that's just kind of where I am with that. That's just how I feel about that. Because why not? Because why not? And then too, some of them don't want to get married. Okay, some do, because now we at a point we talk about these black girls. Now we talk about what? No, none of them want to get married. If that's how they do it, because they all popping up pregnant, don't none of them want to get married? Don't none of their baby daddies love them? And Millie Bobby Brown, the same thing they were saying about A$AP Rocky when him and Rihanna got pregnant. Millie Bobby Brown, I don't know who that man is, and ain't nobody calling him a gold digger or that he, you know, with Billie Bobby Brown for her money or her success and things like that. That's just not the narrative. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Because they're trying to play us for fools. The same thing with the Shanquella shit. Now Shanquella been dead almost going on a year, okay? And now they just now talking about these things. Maybe not a year, but you know what I mean. Now they talking about what was and what wasn't. When we discussed it all that time ago, I said it happens. We get the doctor that came to the resort, and we get 3 or 4 other people. We can pull a story together if we get everybody in a room by themselves and put them and talk about their experience in a situation. And in a month's time, we can pull together a story that is a little bit more fluid if we consider all the options, if we consider all the stories. Because, you know, nobody's going to be telling the truth 100%. Because somebody's going to be trying to cover up something. Especially because the girls was fighting and the things like that. But if we get everybody talking, we might be able to come up with a situation that makes more sense. We might be able to figure out how and why this girl ended up the way that she ended up. But no, this is what they want us to have, because we need to hold this story, because 4 more people is going to be down in Mexico, and 2 of them is going to get away. Did they plan that? Who knows? Is it convenient that happened? And this is coming out about them having sex, and then Shanquella's back wasn't broken? Meanwhile, the cartel wanted the brother to break the sister's back? Kimora Lee Simmons. That's where I wanted to touch on too. Now these things coming out about Kimora Lee Simmons. She's trying to do the resurgence of the baby fat. This thing with her husband. And then her involved. Well, I'm putting her involved with Kim Porter. But at the same time, and then Ming and Aoki doing all this modeling and things like that just puts her into the limelight and stuff like that. But at the same time, the first Monday, y'all know what the first Monday in May is. Well, first off, y'all know the first Monday in May is coming up. And you know what that is, right? It's the Met Gala. And supposedly, the Met Gala, the theme is supposed to be based around Karl Lagerfeld. Now, what's interesting about the Met Gala being Karl Lagerfeld based and Kimora Lee Simmons, is that Kimora Lee Simmons, when she started modeling, hey Star, when Kimora Lee Simmons first started modeling, Karl Lagerfeld was she was Karl Lagerfeld's muse. Oh, let me tell y'all what they did is, I don't know if they did this in y'all towns, but they put these damn speed bumps on these side streets, and the people don't know what to do with themselves, and somebody's gonna go flying. See Nicole Indy? Hey, welcome. I wouldn't, like I always say, it might not sound like nothing, but and I wouldn't think about it if it was Alec Weck, who was Karl Lagerfeld's muse, and Alec hasn't been. First of all, where the hell is Alec Weck? Thank you, Nicole. Where is Alec Weck? But if she was Karl Lagerfeld's muse, and you know what I'm saying, and that was the thing, and she wasn't in the news, was, you know, being associated with a fraud husband and pushing her daughters to the forefront and being involved or being the confirmation, saying, like I said, with Keke Palmer, Kamora Lee Simmons being the confirmation that, you know, the whole Kim Porter story is accurate. Thank you for the share. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm at with that. But no, we're right here. And Karl Lagerfeld being the theme of the Met Gala at the same time, his muse was Kamora Lee Simmons. And here's Kamora Lee Simmons and all of this. And now this is the theme of the Met Gala because Karl Lagerfeld died last year. Maybe we're not supposed to pay any attention to that or put those two together. But I have to. Because I don't know where, when I've seen Kamora at the Met Gala. I don't know if I ever have. Hold on, you guys.
Come get these sneakers of yours.
I forgot about that sour cream on there. Mama and my niece. One day we'll do a family meet and greet. One day. Hi, baby.
Where am I?
You want this water on? Yes. Oh. I should grab a. I said if y'all send me a cash app, we'll go to the liquor store. Send it $2 so we can go to the liquor store. Cash app is Lon Kelly. But yeah, if it was some other model, some other model, some other designer, some other something, yeah, I wouldn't even say anything. Why do they do that? The street is so ratchet. Well, thank you for the rose. So there's that. I had made some nachos. This don't look like the nachos I made earlier. Now it looks like a dip. Hold on, let me show y'all. Thank you for the glitter badge. So yeah, that's that. What else has been going on? What else happened? Some political things. I'm not gonna get too political because I'm not abreast. I'm not abreast right now of the politics. I had whipped up these I would have did it in the Kelly kitchen, but I was in my sister's kitchen, and we were talking, so I couldn't have y'all in here. We was talking family business. Now I can't have y'all in the family business. Although I could. Let me ask y'all, how do y'all feel? Okay, so here's the situation. Tell me how y'all would feel, okay? Your aunt or uncle marry somebody shortly after the death of their loved one, right? And the person that they married shortly after the death of the loved one was a friend of the loved one. Okay? When the loved one dies, the friend is right there. Don't leave the house. There to support your aunt or uncle, right? Shortly after the death, thank you, Mokala. Already shaking my head. Shortly after the death and the funeral, right? A year or two, the friend and your aunt or uncle get married. Okay? I'm just waiting for somebody to go flying over the thing. They get married. Her spirit is not right. No, I'm not trying to be specific. Their spirit is not right. So you just, nope. So they just never fit in with the rest of the family. But nobody is overtly, ignorantly, blatantly rude or disrespectful or intentionally make the person feel unwelcome or whatever. They've been married a while now, the friend and your aunt and uncle. And that friend, because I be eating, then that friend, your new aunt and uncle, decides, thank you for the share, decides to write a book. That friend that married your aunt or uncle after the death of their first lover, the friend of that friend, writes a book about the family that they married into. Tell me how y'all feel. Tell me where y'all head. Just let me know where y'all stand on that sort of hypothetical situation. If your aunt or uncle was married and the person they married to was died, and that person had a friend that stayed during that whole time and then end up marrying your aunt or uncle, then shortly after being married into the family ends up writing a book, a pamphlet, it ain't too bad, about your family. What do you do? Talk about your own family, exactly. Lorraine, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Natasha, hell no is. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Throw hands. Is that the first thing? Is that what the people? This is a hypothetical. Serious. It's a hypothetical actual. Side eye for sure. And that's really the thing, is that, like I said, the person has always been, spirit ain't been right. So the side eye was kind of, but then nobody just went out of their way to make the person feel any bad. Any certain kind of way. Is that house empty? Any certain kind of way. But to then write a book about a family that so graciously accepted you. I feel like throw hands might be the only possible and understandable option. He gonna hurt his damn self. Whoop that trick. So in the actual sense, I said every time we see the person, we should just start reading the book. Like we at the library or something. And just start reading excerpts. Every time the person comes around. Just to let them know, we noticed. We seen and we have taken notice. Now y'all know, I do not promote violence, right? Soul Food 20, thank you for the share. When my hair get down to my shoulders, I'm gonna shake it harder. Ooh, start a book club and invite her. Natasha. I think that's the best idea yet. They deserve to feel uncomfortable, I agree. Start a book club and invite her. I think that is right up my devious ass alley. But it's a hypothetical. A hypothetical actual. So that's I've been wanting to come on and ask y'all that, but I have been suspended. Start a book club. I Am Mahogany. They gonna hit the dip. He almost hit the lip. He hit that corner quick. Read the book, then read her. B's best friend is up in the room. I haven't been live in a while, and then I got suspended when I went live. I just got unsuspended yesterday. So I'm glad you caught me. But there's that. Read the book and then read her. You said, you know, I had just found this riveting pamphlet. This riveting pamphlet I just wanted to share with you guys about a lonely, desperate, confused, physically challenged, facially challenged, hypothetically, son of a bitch. I'm on the street with my crooked ankle. The confusion beside myself with that. Just hypothetical actual situation beside myself. It's the sickest thing. I feel like something out of a movie. And I was like, well, mate, do I want to go? Should I say something about it on live? I said, God damn me, I'm going to say something about it on live. Because you can get it on Amazon. This hypothetical actual book I'm talking about. It's on Amazon. And I don't think this hypothetical actual friend that married into the family gave two thoughts about anybody else in the family. People just do what they want. And family, blood or not, be the ones you have to watch the most, the closest. Because things like this happen. Things get leaked. Literally leaked. She started to write about London Kelly in the next book. Y'all gonna have to come and get me out of Central Booking for that book. Are y'all gonna come get me out of Central Booking? I know y'all is. Either way, that's the hypothetical actual situation. Stay tuned. I don't know if there could be more developments unless we start that book club, and y'all will be there. So I'll keep y'all up to date on the updates on that. I touched on a couple things when I first got on. I've been on not long, just under an hour. Y'all have come through and shown so much love. It's a beautiful day. I'm sitting outside eating some nachos I made at lunch. got a patty banana pudding in the fridge too, because you know how I bugs. Because you know how I do. It's the summertime. People are shirtless. People got their mufflers loose. People trying to go to the liquor store. I am excited about the summer. You know, I can't be concerned about the business or what's going on outside of my community. Patty got pancakes? Thank you so much today, y'all. Rashana Taylor Port, though. That's a throwback. That Taylor Port transports me somewhere else. And that's what I need a delivery. But you know, the liquor store is right there. Right there. This is going to be the first time you try it? We could have tried so many other different red wines. But that'll leave you feeling a little bit better the next day. I put a little queso, a little Fiesta blend cheese, fajita seasoning on my chicken, jalapenos, and some chilaquiles. That's how I whip this up. Alicia, thank you for the share. People have been telling you about it. The Taylor Port made a resurgence. Somebody put it in a song, and now people think it's the drink to get. No shade or nothing. I'm just saying, Taylor Port is, child. People were drinking Taylor Port, then people started drinking Red Cat, and now people are back on Taylor Port. So I don't know how that's. I don't know what that is, but same thing happened. Did they tell you it was a setup? The same thing happened when Drake started talking about Nick orgasm blush from Nars and Moscato wine. Child, he got trendy. Rashana, you got it coming. You gonna be drunk? You're gonna be drunk. Anybody else want to tell her? You're gonna be drunk. Make sure, just take an Advil or something before, and maybe after the first 2 drinks. Advil, Tylenol, 800, so that you feel better the next day. Make sure you get you some wings or something, a chicken finger, a taco, or some nachos, something to soak up that port from Taylor. That's what you're gonna need. I say that lovingly. I say that lovingly. So the general consensus is that we should beat the girl up. Now I told y'all I don't support the thank you for the share. I told y'all toes up. I don't support violence, but Malcolm said by any means necessary. Speaking of Malcolm X, did y'all watch that finale of Godfather of Harlem? If I was a crying type, I said the same thing about Best Man Holiday. If I was the crying type, those 2 things would make me cry simply just thinking about it. Oh, you watching the finale of Godfather of Harlem? Ooh, with your Taylor Port? Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. You're gonna cry. For sure, you're gonna cry. They did all of that, and it was beautiful. And I'm happy with the ending. We done. It was what it was. And you watching Snowfall? Well, watch. It's about, do you want to be pissed first, or do you want to be sad first? Or do you want to be pissed after or before you go to bed? If you drinking Taylor Port, Rashana, I would say watch Godfather Harlem first. Because you're going to ride this emotional roller coaster, okay? Watch Godfather Harlem first. And then watch Snowfall. And then you're going to be ready for bed. Because Snowfall, y'all ain't watched it, and I don't like no spoilers. Yeah, y'all my girls, so I'm not gonna do y'all like that right now. But let me tell you, and that's all I'm gonna say. But Godfather Harlem was I don't want to say beautiful, but the way they did it was so beautiful. But it was a story about Malcolm X told through a different perspective. Snowfall pissed me off so bad. Snowfall pissed me off so bad. And by Snowfall, I mean one character. No, Lou ain't gone yet. Lou gonna be the one. Lou gonna be the one at the end. It's gonna be Lou and Franklin, and that's just gonna be that. She ain't going nowhere. Look how people just look at her damn house as they ride by. And it's a shame they put it right in front of her house. I'm not showing nobody's house on here because that ain't nice. Maybe y'all can see it in the reflection. Lou got to go. Let me tell you. Right now, it don't matter. You got to watch it to understand. But at this point, it don't matter whether Louis go or not, because it just don't. You know, Jerome, that was sad. But you know, the thing with Jerome, Natasha, I see you. The thing with Jerome is that the way they had set the whole show up, you know what I'm saying? The way that whole episode went, it was like, okay, Jerome gonna die. And then, you know, going on fucking Facebook, I think, you know, I seen a little clip like, oh, the Unk or whatever. So I was kind of prepared for it. And then, you know, he was, you know, deciding and trying to get out and things like that. So I was kind of ready for that. These things I was not ready for. And then Veronique, I was suspicious of Veronique from the beginning. I'm always suspicious of, like, the girlfriends or boyfriends. Hey, Lindsay. Oh, and he directed last week, although that's nice. But Veronique is she's so in deep now. And then after this episode, unless she's so invested now, I can't see her flipping the script. But she needed her mother to do some things with you know, her mother got the in on the bank information, if you know where I'm going. You know? And because next week is the last episode, if Veronique verifies those numbers through her mother, and that mother does what needs to be done, to get that money. She's not, see, I don't think she's pregnant anymore, because in the 2 episodes, the one before last episode, the one before this episode, you see she had some type of stomach pain. I think she was definitely showing, so she was pregnant. But in this episode, they never discussed why she had the pain. I don't know if it was any blood, but she was definitely like buckled over in pain. But they didn't touch on the subject until Franklin's cookie bush ass, moly ass mother, she said, you know, don't bring my grandchild. That was the only mention of the kid. So I don't know what that is. But Franklin can't Franklin can't be without his money and no. Franklin can't be without his money or his mama or his kids or his, like, start the thing with, girl, don't do sissy. I don't know who want to tell her. I don't want to tell her. I don't want to tell her. I seen that today. Rashana. You should watch it right now so you can join in on the conversation. You draw the line at sissy. You better draw the line over sissy and put sissy under the line. Dumbass. Sissy. Cookie Bush sissy. I draw the line. Wait till you watch the episode. Wait till you watch it. Have it your way. No, sissy she ain't dead. She need to be. But she ain't dead. Is anybody press 2 if you watched Snowfall. Press 2 if you know what's going on with the Snowfall people. I know we're not the only ones. Because, you know, Snowfall is good. That drink, I had just seen that today. Sissy looked like drink. She do. You're not going to tell me that she don't. You're not going to tell me that she don't. Hold on, I can't do both. You got it made in the shade. If you've got it on from Kohler on in, you got it made in the shade. Y'all know that jingle, or is that just from up here? Y'all got a Kohler on in where y'all from? Don't nobody else watch Snowfall but me, Rashana, and Natasha? Watch it before that? No, because she's going to throw the screen. She's going to throw the TV. She's going to throw her phone through the screen. If you like sissy, you going to be pissed off. Unless, I don't know how you, if you like, you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off because what happens is something that I did not expect for her to do. And that's what I'm saying about how they lay the show out. Like we talk about with Jerome. Jerome was, you know, I'm going to get out. I'm trying to make amends and come get me if you want me. And that whole thing, I'm not hiding. It set you up for what was going to happen, right? It's nothing that happens in that programming, the whole programming that you prepare for, that happens in the last 2 minutes of that show, that episode. Okay, it's nothing in that show. In fact, it's laid out so that you wouldn't even think something like that would happen in the last 2 minutes of the program. Since she wanted to handle something, she should have handled Louis. But Louis ain't nothing. Louis wasn't doing nothing but working. Completely caught off guard, right? Louis wasn't doing nothing but working. Louis is not a threat. I don't even think she really was even too concerned about Franklin. She just wanted to work. She just wanted to make her own money. She just wanted to do her own thing. Louis wasn't a threat. Besides the going to the plug and whatever the case may be. So I guess, you know, a threat to that extent. But it wasn't like she was going after Franklin. She didn't want Franklin to be around or anything like that. She's like, if you mind your business, I'll mind my damn business. Thing is, Franklin couldn't mind his business. As we all know, Franklin don't know how to mind his business. So, you know, I didn't really care, you know, Louis, whatever the case may be. And to some degree, Franklin still had respect for her, still calling her auntie, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So whatever that, you know, whatever all that was. So I wasn't pressed about. Thank you, get her, girl. Jeter grew on. Hey, I'm a Jeter. Well, I got Jeter family. And so that's that, with Louis. So that's whatever that is. Never, I was never like, oh yeah, she the one that got to go. Sissy, girl, tell me please, Rashonda, you gotta watch it. Thank you, Mr. GQ2. Rashonda, you have to watch it because I don't like for nobody. I don't want nobody to spoil nothing like that for me, because then I don't think about nothing but that for the whole show. You know what I mean? So I'm really not into spoilers until collectively, distant cousin, collectively, we can spoil it. But you try to set up your Friday. I would hate to ruin your Friday like that. Now, if Natasha does it, that's on her. And then we can get into it. If Natasha do it, that's on you. It took me by surprise. And that was one more episode left. Also, too, shout out to them graphics. There's something about these snowfall graphics with that money that's moving fast at an angle. I really like that. And the colors, I really like that. I be into the details. No, you're not gonna ruin it. Rashawn, you got to watch it. I wouldn't want to watch. I wouldn't want to go to bed after Godfather of Harlem. Not the finale. I would rather go to bed after being pissed at Sissy. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause when I tell you I was cussing, yeah, somebody was saying that too. I saw that on Facebook. Snowfall is better than Power, and first Power. I only watched Power with Omari. I don't watch some other ones because I don't like Tariq that much. Mary ain't no good actress. I'm not looking for nobody else. Okay. I caught Power late anyway. I was late to the show. I think I started watching it around season 4. So I don't need to watch nothing else. But they're both good because they both carry the story well. They both bring you into the lifestyle. They give you different perspectives, you know what I'm saying, of the same situation. They bring it in different players, you know what I'm saying? It's very dynamic programming in that they just don't focus on one thing. It's moving parts around every situation, and that's what I like about that. He's in the remake of The Exorcist, and he's going to be in the new that new J-Lo movie. Did you guys ever see Omari in that movie with Loretta Devine? Is it called Dial Pin Stick something? It's like a horror movie, but it's really good. I'm gonna accept them because what are we doing?
Yo,
why'd
you do that face?
I don't know what's happening. I don't do this often. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do? It's just a live battle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna win?
I don't know. I haven't been live in a minute, so I honestly don't know.
Me either. I was just suspended. I just got back on today.
How many times you been in TikTok jail?
Oh God.